Hi Amanda, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So what brings you here today? What's going on?
My mom wanted me to come in. I don't want to wear my hearing aids anymore. I don't know. I don't like them. And, my classmates kind of like say things about it, so I just feel like, why not just do without them and like whatever.
What kind of things, that they're saying that makes you not want to wear them?
Well, like, they kind of like make fun of me, call me like 4 years, and say like I'm bionic, and they kind of just say stuff like that, like I'm not good enough, I can't hear with my ears, and I need help.
And has it always been this way with you? Like with your friends and how you interact, or is this different? Because you've had them for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's actually not my friends, it's just other people in school that are saying things. And I think it's just, they kind of were, but not as bad as they are now. I don't know. It's, I feel like I'd rather just not wear them and not be like noticed for them.
Okay. And so when you are wearing your hearing aids, how do they help you?
Well, I could hear the teacher, and I could hear my friends talking. I feel like I'm more involved. Like when I don't wear them, I kind of sit in the corner and I can't hear anyone, and I say what, and people get frustrated. So.
And do you talk to these people that are saying maybe not nice things about you, or do you just kind of?
I kind of just ignore them. That's what my mom says to do. Just kind of pretend like they're not saying anything, but it still bothers me.
Do you think it would be helpful to be able to tell them or like to answer their questions, or maybe to talk to them, or maybe have somebody else help you talk to them? Do you think that would?
That might help. I feel like they just don't know what hearing aids are and what they do and how they actually help me, and that they're a good thing, not a bad thing.
Yep.
So I feel like if someone taught them, they could probably understand more of what I'm going through, and that like without them I can't hear.
Do you think that you would be willing to maybe make like a plan with maybe like another teacher or something to help you be able to answer these questions and be able to explain and educate like other people about your hearing aids? Because some people just don't know about the hearing aids. They just, if they don't have them, they don't know. So do you think that would be helpful to be able to talk about it?
It could be. I was really close to my last teacher, one of my other teachers, because she had a son that had hearing aid, and she really understood what I was going through and would help me in class, and when people would pick on me, she would tell them to stop. Right now my teacher really doesn't understand, but maybe my other teacher can help me teach the kids what it is, and kind of inform them, and maybe even tell my teacher, give her more information about it. And she can understand it more.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that she's a really good resource for you. I think that she can also help you talk to your teacher, which might have an easier conversation. I think. Let me ask you, what do you think your plan would be to help educate your friends? Like, what would you do to do that with your teacher? Like, what would you come up to do?
Well, maybe we could have like a class discussion about it. Maybe like when we're talking about like technology or something, like maybe it can come up, or we could have like, I don't know, like a show and tell. I know we're a little too old for that, but kind of like bring it up in that way, and kind of be like, this is my hearing and this is what it does for me, so I can show the class and my teacher along with my other teacher what it does, and she can answer any questions that they have, and so can I. Maybe we can do that sometime.
I think that's a really good idea. I think that would be very helpful to kind of in a way that just lets you express how you feel without no negative energy coming back at you. I think that's going to be very helpful for both parties involved. I think that's a really strong idea.
Okay.
how are you going to contact the other teacher? Do you see them often, or?
Yeah, I see her every week. Once a week I have lunch with her, so maybe I could bring it up to her and see, if we could get it in the schedule and talk to my other teacher and see, if sometime during the week, we can do this.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna see you in 2 weeks, I believe. So do you think that when I see you back next time, we can talk about how it went with your discussion and where it's gonna go? And I'm excited to see what you're gonna end up doing and with your class and help them to educate them on what your hearing needs are.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, and to get the ball rolling, and hopefully we'll teach people about it, and maybe they won't bully me anymore, and they'll see how cool it is and how it helps me. So I definitely think that's a good idea, and I'll talk to my teacher this week when I have lunch with her.
Okay, and then come and bring stuff and share with me, because I'm excited to hear what, educate me. Let me know what you find out, okay?
Okay.
All right,
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, nice. Okay, so Caroline, how do you think it went?
I think it went good. I think, I don't know, I think that it was a little rocky and I wasn't really sure where we were going or what was going on. So I think I needed to have a more firm grasp on it almost. And, I don't know, I thought it was a little rocky, but I think it ended well.
What about you, Amanda?
I thought it went pretty well. I feel like that was, the problem was that people didn't understand, and then, luckily I did have, a resource at school that was able to help me and to teach the other kids. I don't know if it would, in reality, help, because then they might be like, oh, the teacher's talking for you, so,
Right.
I mean, dealing with elementary school or, teenage kids can go any way, even
Right.
if you plan it a certain way. So hopefully, if this was a real situation, it would help. But I thought it went well. I thought, you had some good ideas and, helped me make a plan and, figure out what I could do to help, help the other people see, what I'm going through. And maybe it would make me want to keep wearing my hearing aids more if people thought it was cool or if they did bully me anymore. So I thought it went well.
When do you feel like Caroline drew you in?
I guess when she spoke about that other teacher, asked if there's anyone I could talk to.
Right.
I felt like, I had a really good connection with that teacher. And, still, have a connection if I'm having lunch with, her every week. It's definitely someone that could help me and support me through this.
And then maybe have supported you before.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of wish that we went through, but I guess it's kind of said.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's done this before,
Mhm.
maybe that helped you out, and then also there was a change when she went to a different grade.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and the teacher could then tell the teacher this is what I did for
Yeah.
her,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and this is what helped. And
Yeah.
I kind of want.
Because I think a big problem too, it is that teachers don't understand, so
Yeah.
they can't really help or explain to the other students, well, this makes a, student here and this and that. So a teacher is definitely someone to inform as well if they don't understand.
Yeah. That's great. And I really like how Caroline, you kind of reinforced that personal connection that Amanda already had, and the teacher was familiar with hearing aids, so it was just kind of the perfect situation for her to have someone a little bit outside the situation to lean on. So that was great. Caroline, was there a path that you kind of hoped or thought it would take?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what she was gonna go because we did this before,
Right.
so
We went a different direction.
and we went in a completely different direction. So I guess it's a good lesson not to think too far ahead because it's not necessarily
Yeah.
gonna go the way you think it's
True,
gonna go,
and just kind of roll with it.
and just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna go more towards how it went before, and it didn't. So I think it's just good. It went well, but I think it's just good to reinforce. Don't assume.
Was there anything that you hoped Caroline would ask?
I don't think so. I've mentioned being frustrated. I didn't want to wear it because people were bullying me, so she, asked about that. And no, I think she asked everything that I wanted her to ask.
I think it would have been a cool follow up, if we had follow up, we had to do when she came back to see if that was what it was. Like,
Yeah.
did that mediate it, or
Mhm.
is there something else? Because sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, it might be something else. Sometimes, you know, bullying is not the only thing.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool
Yeah.
to see a follow-up section.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a really great idea. And I feel like you just said, you know, you feel like you did kind of come to a comfortable
Mhm.
resolution.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
All right. I just have a couple feedback things if I
Yeah.
can.
Go for it.
Yeah, I could kind of, like, not in a bad way, but I could tell, Caroline, that you were on your feet. You
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
okay, this isn't necessarily like the response that I thought I was gonna get, so let me like take it in a different
I
direction.
think
And
you were going for the friends again,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't mention. You know, I did mention them kind of, but like not like last time.
I know.
You know, so I was like, no, that's not the problem.
Yeah.
But no,
But I
saw
really
that.
appreciated how you were really listening
Yeah.
to Amanda, and you took the information that she gave you, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, new plan.
Yeah.
You keep it
Yeah,
on
you didn't
toes.
assume.
Yeah, so that was great. And Amanda, I really liked how you were really proactive in coming up with your plan. Once you kind of had that moment where you're like, okay, someone's there for me,
Yeah.
I feel like you really took it and ran with it. So
Or I can use this person in a different way.
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Then
Kinda cool.
because you knew she was already supporting you, but you didn't realize that she could be a support in another area of
Yeah.
your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's perfectly said.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Great.
Right. Good.
Thanks.